This is Extra Paycheck Podcast, episode number 164.
You're listening to Extra Paycheck Podcast, where you will learn how to build and grow your own successful online business. Now, here's your host, Alex Soul.
Welcome to yet another episode of the Extra Paycheck Podcast. This is episode number 164, and today's special guest is Jesse Lakes from Genius Link. He's been on the show 2 years ago in 2016. A lot of things have changed since then, and he is here for an awesome update. If you are an affiliate marketer or if you ever considered affiliate marketing, this is a very important episode, so make sure to listen to it very carefully. Hi, Jesse, and welcome to the Extra Paycheck Podcast.
Hello, Alex. It's great to be here.
Should I say welcome back to the Extra Paycheck Podcast since you first appeared on this podcast about 2 years ago. It was March 2016, actually. Wow, already 2 years.
That's crazy. The time certainly flies.
Yeah. All right. So back in the day, we were talking about your company, Genius Link. For those who haven't listened to episode number 53 with Jesse, they definitely should go back and listen to that episode. It will give more information on everything, and I think it will be a good listen to to supplement this podcast, today's episode. But for those who haven't heard yet, could you tell us a little bit more about yourself and about Genius as well?
Sure. Yeah. So, Genius Link is what we call an intelligent link management platform, and we do a lot of different things to make your links smarter. But one of the things that we're best known for is our Amazon localization, and essentially what that means is that you can give us any Amazon link, and we're going to make sure that your foreign and your international visitors that click on that link are going to get sent to the right product in the right storefront. Reason being, Amazon has 12 different affiliate programs all around the world. Each of those affiliate programs represent its own storefront, and they're all independent. So for affiliate marketers, this is really important to kind of monetize that long tail of their traffic. I was just going to say my story getting here is a bit of a longer one, but the short version is that I wrote a book about the iTunes affiliate program. Apple caught wind of that book, threatened to sue me, then hired me on as the global affiliate program manager. So I actually moved to California and worked for the iTunes team. And it was an amazing experience while I was working there. But I was really kind of seeing this problem, what we call now geofragmentation, just becoming worse. They rewarded me nicely for making the problem worse. And at the same time, I saw Amazon was making a bigger and bigger footprint and making kind of this again, geofragmentation problem worse. So after a couple of years at iTunes, left and moved to Seattle and really kind of pushed to make this company what it is today with these intelligent links.
And that's really awesome. And Jesse, can you remind us when exactly Genius Link launched?
So Genius Link, the brand, launched in, I believe it was about August 2015. But Genius Link was a rebrand of the first company, which was called GeoRiot. So GeoRiot was originally started in 2009. And existed as a nights and weekends project for a couple years. And it was specifically built for the iTunes affiliate program, and then we expanded to the Amazon affiliate program. So Genius Link was kind of that culmination when we opened it up to stop being just iTunes and Amazon and to support any type of link.
All right. That's awesome. And for those listening that, might still not be too clear on what's going on, so Jesse, why do we need your links? Let's say as an Amazon affiliate. Okay, let's go even deeper to understand it to people that really haven't thought of that somehow. So I am an affiliate at Amazon.com, right? Mm-hmm. I'm an associate, as they call it. I promote my links. I'm happy. I'm getting my commissions. Why do I need Genius, and what else is required to use your service?
Yeah, for sure. So that's exactly where a lot of conversations start. And the first thing I want to do, for all the listeners out there, is go to your Google Analytics or go to SimilarWeb and just type in your website, look at your analytics, and look at how much international traffic you have. And a lot of people are really surprised to find that maybe only 40, 50, 60, maybe 70% of their traffic is coming from, say, the US, where Amazon.com is optimized for. But a lot of people find that they're getting a decent amount of traffic, maybe 5 to 10% from Canada, another 5 to 10% from the UK, etc. And what's happening is your international visitors are not able to convert. They're not able to monetize, or so you're not able to monetize them very well because it's harder for them to buy from Amazon.com. Amazon.com, you pay in US dollars. It's in English, and the shipping is often free to US-based people. But there's Amazon.ca, which is in Canadian dollars and will ship usually for free to people in Canada. And Amazon.co.uk is, again, very optimized to a UK audience, where it's going to be in Great British pounds and free shipping, etc. So there's 12 different storefronts, Amazon storefronts that have affiliate programs, and they each operate independently. So if you have 5% of your traffic coming from Germany, it's a real shame not to monetize on that 5% of traffic. And in fact, you're almost doing them a disservice and maybe even ruining your brand by continuing to send them to Amazon.com, where it's just kind of a dead-end buying experience for them. So we're really about optimizing that user experience for all of your audience and getting you that, those commissions that you deserve in regards to doing your job of recommending products.
Awesome. That's a good explanation. And one thing that I would like to add to that, since you didn't mention it, because once again, this mostly applies to beginner affiliates or people who haven't been using Amazon for long enough, so they don't even think it's a problem, right? Mm-hmm. Which you just mentioned. So second thing, the other thing that I want to add is that you need to create your separate associate accounts on .ca, on Amazon.de for Germany or FR for France. You need to create those accounts separately. You can't just, link to a product on a French Amazon while you don't have a French Amazon account as an affiliate or associate. So you have to create those accounts as well. This is super important. And once you have all those accounts created, which, I find that it was very easy to get accepted in all the other Amazon programs. Once I mentioned in my application that I am already a Amazon.com affiliate and I've been such for a long time, then the application process only took a few minutes for me, to get approved in the other marketplaces. Mm-hmm. But yes, you do need those accounts as well in order to monetize on those countries.
Exactly. Each of those programs are independent. They're all very, very similar. It's essentially the same question, sometimes just in a different language. But it's if you just copy and paste, you should be able to bust through it in maybe, say, half an hour. And there's a little trick, too, if you haven't mentioned this. One is to make sure that before you sign up for any of the European programs, you sign up for the UK first, because as soon as you're done with the UK application, it'll ask you if you want to use your same information for the other 4 programs in Europe. So, boom, you can have your German, France, Italy, and Spain accounts done, very, very quickly.
That's an awesome trick. I've actually done that, but I totally forgot to mention that because that's a really good tip.
Yeah. So I guess if as we're exploring that, I just want to throw out another thing too for your audience is that of the 12, so there's 14 storefronts, 14 different Amazon, Amazon Netherlands, Amazon Australia, Amazon Brazil, etc. But only 12 of those have an affiliate program. So the Netherlands and Australia are the 2 that do not have an affiliate program. Of those, 7 will pay out international commissions relatively easily. So US and Canada will pay internationally, and then the 5 in Europe. So UK, France, Germany, Italy, and Spain. So that leaves, 5 that we haven't mentioned yet. So Mexico, Brazil, India, Japan, and China all require a local bank account. So we're getting into the weeds a little bit here. So I definitely, as you mentioned, when people are first starting off on this, I encourage them just to kind of stick with those first 7, the 5 in Europe, US, and Canada, and kind of ignore those other international ones, India and China and et cetera. There's a bit more tricky to get into, and it's really hard to get the money out of those countries. But we're learning some tricks on those, and I'm happy to dive into those later if you'd like.
Awesome. That's very interesting. And I didn't know that. I did apply to all the ones that you mentioned, the ones that do international payments. I have not even looked at the ones that you said to not touch for now. And I think it's, it makes sense to not go for them, especially when you're somewhat smaller affiliate. If you're not making hundreds of thousands of dollars or millions, I think it's not worth the hustle either to go after, China or Mexico or India, because, and once again, it depends on your traffic. If you look at your traffic, I don't really get much traffic from those countries. Most of my traffic is from US, then Canada, UK, and Germany. For some reason, I get quite a bit of traffic from Germany. So of course, I'm going to concentrate on those. And if I'm getting 1% of my traffic from India or from Japan, chances are I'm not making that much, or I'm not missing out on that many commissions anyway. So.
Exactly. Yeah, I completely agree with you. Really optimize for your audience. But again, just a quick note there. The traffic that you see from SimilarWeb or Google Analytics, may be different than the traffic you see from, say, something like our tool. One is measuring your site visits. The other is measuring your clicks. So some countries are more prone to click than others, or some audiences are more prone to click than others. So it may not match up exactly. They're probably very close, but they may be a little bit. You may only get 1% of audience visiting the site from India, but you may find that India, the people in India love to click, and therefore you may have 3% of your clicks coming from India. And you definitely want to kind of set a mental bar of I'm not going to optimize unless I have 5%, or maybe it is 3%. But anyway, I'm going down another rabbit hole. Sorry about that.
That makes a lot of sense. All right, Jesse. So since last episode, since March 2016, what's been happening at Genius? How the company has been performing, improving, changing? Yeah,
wow, it's been a crazy couple years. So what have we done? We've rolled out we've done a lot of different things. We've rolled out a handful of more features, and we've rolled out some ones that I'm pretty excited about. One of them being this link health monitor, so we can now tell you when you're linking to Amazon products that are either out of stock or the Amazon API doesn't recognize. So we can kind of help you keep that long tail of links accurate, so you're not losing commissions. We can completely rebuilt our reporting. We've doubled the size of our team. We continue to be a profitable and bootstrap startup. And yeah, we just continue to expand. It's been a little bit more of a challenge to grow in the last few years. There's definitely more and more competition. But on the flip side is Amazon actually is now starting to pay attention as well. So Amazon rolled out a competing product July of last year, and that was actually really good for us. It's awesome that Amazon now finally admits that there's a geo-targeting and link localization challenge. And so far their solution has been a bit subpar, but we can save that for another conversation if you'd like.
Yeah, well, I think we should touch on one link eventually in this podcast. Eventually, I mean today.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I find that interesting, and I wanted to share some of my opinions on it because I've been trying it on and off lately. So yeah, we could talk about that as well.
For sure.
And yeah, I find it very interesting that finally, after I don't know how many years, Amazon finally acknowledged that there's a problem with the fact that you might be getting half of your traffic from a country where you can't monetize properly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Amazon rolled out their affiliate program in 1999. So what is that? 18 years, 17 years before they finally admitted there was a problem that needed to be I mean, I guess it wasn't a big problem until they started expanding internationally. But anyway, it was definitely surprising to a lot of people that they did it. But it's out now. It's good that there's more education in the space.
All right. So let's go to that. July 2017, Amazon launches one link. One link, it's similar to your service as in, you connect all those accounts together, all the international Amazon marketplaces, and then you use a link, and Amazon kind of tries to figure out where the person is from, and they try to direct them to their geo-targeted marketplace, right?
In a nutshell, yeah, you're exactly right. It's the same problem is what they're trying to solve, right? Maximizing commissions and improving user experience.
Yeah. And once again, yeah, when I think about it, I don't know, because I don't want to speculate, right? But at the same time, I'm like, did they just not want to roll it out because they thought, well, you make your commissions on .com, and if you don't make commissions on other marketplaces, then we kind of save money, right? I mean, it's just an idea. I'm not saying that that's what they thought, but now obviously they're trying to make affiliates happier by rolling that out. And to be honest, I think your company played a role in that because
I can't comment on that, unfortunately. But yeah, go ahead.
Honestly, I've been looking at too many different, even on Amazon. How do you call it? Amazon support forum, I think, whatever it's called for associates. I've seen your company mentioned so many times because people have had this problem for so many years, and they have been asking, well, how do I monetize my traffic from another country? And somebody would always pop in and mention Genius. Like it has happened a lot. I've seen the name Genius thrown around on many different forums, and and talk boards. Yeah, that's a great thing. And that's why I think you contributed to Amazon doing one link, because, I'm sure they've paid attention and they know what you've been doing. They know your company. There's no way that they haven't heard of it. Like, logically, right? Once again, if you can't comment, you can't comment. But to me, logically, they know what it is. They know of you. They know of your competitors as well. They know it exists. And this is why, this is where I think they got the idea of launching their own thing. But once again, that's all speculation, right? That's all what I think about that. So let's talk about one link. Why, what can you tell us about it? Like, how you feel about it? How good is it, or how bad is it compared to Genius?
Sure. Yeah. So, I've written a fair amount about this in our blog, so there's a lot more detailed answers. But at the high level, I'm excited. I think one link is a good thing for the space. So there's already a number of other competitors out there. Easy Azon does link localization. Pro URLs does link localization. There's a handful of other plugins that do basic Amazon link localization. So in general, I think that a rising tide lifts all ships. It was good for Amazon associates, affiliate publishers, niche website creators, etc., to be aware of this, what we call geofragmentation problem. So I think in general, the more people that are doing it, the better off we are. Competition is good. I think it was especially good for Amazon to, again, kind of come out and say, blast out to their, we estimate that there's nearly 1 million different Amazon associates out there, but for them to go out and blast out that this is a problem. And now they have a solution for it. And of course, it's been 2 major rollouts of OneLink so far. There was the one that was July 3rd, and there was one in early November as well. And July 3rd, they just rolled it out for Canada and UK. And that was kind of a perfect situation for us, where they're letting people know that this is going on. Yes, Canada and UK are probably 2 of the bigger storefronts, but it really helped spike our signups. That people were aware of the problem, saw that Germany wasn't being supported, or Japan wasn't being supported. Their number 2, number 3, number 4 countries weren't being supported. So it was an obvious solution to use us instead of OneLink. We also found early on that their link translation was pretty rough. In fact, July 3rd, the day that it came out, I tested a link, my favorite book, The Martian. And they sent me to the wrong book. The one link was just sending people to completely wrong products. I actually did a quick YouTube video just to share that. But it's when we built the solution, we built Genius Link, we put a lot of different safeguards in place to make sure that we only ever added value. We never detracted. So, for example, if you get a click from Brazil for a product that doesn't actually exist in Brazil, we're not going to send you to the Brazil storefront to a search results page that's empty. We're going to make sure that, if we can't find that product and we don't think the search results are good enough, we're going to send you back to the original link. Again, we only ever want to hurt or help. We never want to hurt. Where we saw that one link was sending people to the wrong products. They're sending the search results that were either empty or had the completely wrong products there. And Amazon is notorious for having great customer support, great customer experience. And it was just kind of this big head scratcher why they were failing so bad there. So fast forward, 4 or 5 months, whatever, November rolls around, and they do a big update. They expand the number of countries they support. And it seems like they did a pretty good job in expanding how well they did their link translation as well. That being said, I was, of course, quite proud to see that we still kicked their butt in link translation. They seem to be doing some sort of AI-based link translation that, again, is it's pretty easily fooled. We have a patented algorithm of 5 different steps how we do link translation, where exact match, perfect match, best match, decay, search, blah, blah, blah. Happy to go into those details there, but I find when I'm explaining it, I get so into the details that most people's eyes glaze over. But yeah, I'm happy to explain kind of what our secret sauce there. But at the end of the day, Amazon OneLink is great for the ecosystem. It's good that Amazon has a solution. Little bum that it's people are misunderstanding how it's set up and how it's supported. People assume that by using OneLink, all their problems will be solved. They don't really understand the nuances of some of the challenges that OneLink has. But that's okay. It's an education challenge that we're always willing to help with. But at the end of the day, we're in a great spot.
Yeah, awesome. And, I'd like to ask you a little bit more details on the secret sauce. I don't know if they're too technical and if I'll understand them, but I'd like to get a general idea of how you guys do that link translation.
Sure. Yeah. So this is all public. We have multiple patents on it. We have a couple different web pages in our help or our knowledge base that specifically go into it. But the idea is that it's a series of cascading algorithms. And the idea is that when you give us a link, that link includes an ASIN, a unique identifier. And with that unique identifier, we can go to Amazon's API and we can tell it to give me all the information back about that product. So once we have that information, we can then use it to start searching in the foreign storefront. So let's say you have a Microsoft mouse that you have a link for. Well, maybe in Canada, we see that ID is the same. Well, that's relatively easy. Then we're going to check to make sure that it's not out of stock, make sure it's not an import item, etc. And then we'll just link to that. So that's as easy as, Amazon.com becomes Amazon.ca. Mm-hmm. Of course, we'll swap out the affiliate tracking ID as well, so it matches with the Amazon Canada Associates program. But let's say it's a step further, right? Say it's still that mouse is available in UK, but it's a different ASIN. It's a different series of a unique identifier information. So what we'll do is we'll actually take that data, the metadata that we got from the Amazon API, and we'll start searching in the UK storefront until we are confident that we've made a good match. We have two different levels of confidence there. We have what we call a perfect match, when the metadata that we think is the most important matches the metadata that we get back from the foreign storefront. Or we have what we call a best match. And a best match is where we think the metadata matches close enough. So maybe we have to strip out a few words. Maybe we clean the things out of parentheses. Maybe we take any certain pound symbol out or the dollar symbol out or whatever to match across, whatever it may be. So if we can't get the best match or perfect match, what we do is we do a decay for certain media types. And a decay is really something that came from our iTunes background. But the idea is that you can kind of move up, right? Wherein a song is part of an album is related to an artist. Mm-hmm. So what we may do is that we'll find that this book isn't available as an ebook, but it is available as a hardback book, or this video on demand isn't available in whatever country, but they do have the DVD of it. So we'll kind of traverse the different media types that a product exists. And the idea is that you want to watch this. Well, we're going to try and find the best match there. If it's not one of those media types, what we'll do is we'll move to a search. With that search, we're going to try a series of different types of searches. Maybe it's the title plus the manufacturer. Maybe it's the part number plus the manufacturer. Maybe it's whatever it may be. There's a series of different ones kind of per product type that we're going to try. And we're going to try it with the API first to make sure that we kind of hit this Goldilocks zone of how many results. We don't want 0 results because that's a bad user experience, but we also don't want 1,000 results because then it's too vague of a search. So we kind of have that sweet spot. If it's in that sweet spot, we'll send on to a search. And then if we don't hit that sweet spot with a search with the different pieces, we're actually just going to return back to the original. Again, we don't want to get in the way of the user experience. We don't want to pull the one link move of sending you to the wrong product or sending you to someplace where you can't actually buy. And that's our link translation in a nutshell. That all being said, though, one of the unique things that sets us apart from OneLink is any of our links can be completely overridden and completely designed to work exactly how you'd like. So maybe you found a product you think is complementary to the product we're searching for. We couldn't do it automatically, but you can definitely go in and say, okay, for the UK, I'm going to go here, and for Germany, I'm going to go here, and you can set those links specifically yourself.
Okay, awesome. That's a good explanation.
Your eyes didn't glaze over? I didn't lose you?
No, I mean, there were a few words that, or a few concepts, but I got the idea of how it works, right? I don't need to know every little technical detail because I don't need to, I was curious of how it works and how it translates all of that.
For sure. Well, if you'd like, I'm happy to send you a link. If you want to add it to the show notes for those that are interested, a graphical visualization helps a little bit as well. So, again, we're quite proud of the translation algorithm that we built, and happy to share.
Yeah, that would be awesome. All right, Jesse. So here's the question about that, and in the end, it all comes to education of users and understanding of different platforms. But why would someone use Genius instead of OneLink? Let's assume that Amazon does a very good translation as well. Let's assume that they get better at it and they'll show more relevant results eventually, right? So let's assume that's not a problem. You guys are doing the same search. or you provide the same results. One thing that you mentioned is that I could actually modify the exact link for a different storefront within Genius. I cannot do that within Amazon. What else? Give us more reasons why we should use Genius instead of OneLink.
Sure. Well, we've got a whole webpage dedicated specifically to it. There's, I think, kind of the core pieces. Start off as superior matching, product matching, but you said let's ignore that for the time being. Link customization is definitely second, right? If you are really, you get a massive amount of traffic on this one link, you really want to make sure that link works perfectly. Well, you can do that with us. You can't do that with them. The next thing I think that's really important is ad blockers. Ad blockers are getting up to be 30% of international traffic. Amazon is blocked by ad blockers. We've been really fortunate that Genius Link is not blocked by ad blockers. So you lose a lot of the upside of OneLink with your international traffic because again up to 30% from what I've read has some sort of ad blocker installed, and the OneLink JavaScript won't even fire. The second piece of that is because OneLink is only JavaScript based, we've seen that's actually quite slow. And again, I've got lots of different references I'm happy to pass along to you as well. But there's a great article in Stack Overflow specifically asking about that. And this guy was testing from the UK, and it just shows it so clearly that that Amazon's OneLink JavaScript is just completely slowing down his site. We've made sure our JavaScript is kind of across the board very fast. So product matching first, link customization second, ad blockers third. This issue with JavaScript being slow is probably fourth. And then after that, there's just a ton of other little ancillary things. We support more link formats, right? If you have a bunch of Amazon.ca links, well, OneLink isn't going to work for you. Amazon only works with Amazon.com links. If you need to monetize India, well, OneLink doesn't support India. We certainly do. We also support Mexico. Again, Amazon OneLink does not. We have this tool that we rolled out not too long ago called the Amazon Link Health Monitor, so we can tell you specifically when links are broken. Amazon doesn't do that. Really, at the end of the day, it boils down to you get what you pay for, right? Amazon rolled out a good tool, but it's pretty dang basic. If you really care about maximizing your affiliate revenue, I would like to encourage you to at least give us a shot and compare ROIs. I think you're going to see that it's a lot easier to use, that we have a support team that goes the extra mile, that we have all the functionality to really fine tune everything you need to really kind of give you what you need. As a result, we haven't lost any huge clients. We've lost very few clients, and a good handful of those clients come back after using OneLink for a little bit and just like our solution a whole lot better. So again, we've been very fortunate to date that even though Amazon is attempting to eat our lunch, that as the small guy, we're continuing to kick butt.
Yeah, that's really awesome. Thanks for sharing that.
Of course, thanks for asking. Go ahead.
Yeah, and some of those things are, like I asked you for the audience to hear, but I didn't need to hear them, to be honest, because I've experienced them. So I'll give you some examples. First of all, setting up OneLink. The setup is pretty straightforward. The only thing that I didn't like was the fact that I needed to paste their code into my website. And that's, to me, it's not that big of a deal because I've been doing this whole online marketing thing for 10 years. So I've been working with, websites. I know my way around WordPress. I know I had to learn a little bit of coding. I mean, I didn't have to. It just happened along the way. So I kind of know where to put that code and how it works. However, for someone, once again, who's a beginner, this could be a great challenge. Simply adding that code to their website could be a big challenge. And Amazon proposes to use a plugin. I forgot what it's called. I think it's called Ad Insert or something like that, which is not their plugin, right? So now you're obliged to install another plugin into your WordPress website, which, to begin with is not the best idea because, as we know, the less plugins you have, the faster your website loads, the less potential problems you have, because that one plugin might be not compatible with another plugin or with your team. But okay, I'm going like that alone, that simple implementation of their code is not all that simple, especially for beginners, for someone who hasn't done that before. That's number one. Number two, I checked my website speed after implementing OneLink. I didn't see the difference, or like really no significant difference for my website speed, right? However, if I would click on a Genius link on my website, it would take me directly to, .ca storefront because I'm in Canada. If I would click on the one link, it would take a good 3 to 4, even 5 seconds to load the Amazon page, which is really annoying, Like it feels like, honestly, if I didn't know it was one link, if I didn't know what it was, I would assume I'm getting bombarded with some like malware or something, or I don't know what, because it's taking so long to load, and it's a very simple script. Okay, that's number 2. Number 3, and this is a big issue because Amazon doesn't explain it well, or I'm not sure how to put it out there. So they're saying that the only way for the one link to work is that you need to use an Amazon link and not any URL shortener or any other link. So I can't, that's fair. I can't take my Amazon affiliate link, then feed it through tiny URL and then hope that that's going to work. That's fine. I get that. However, when you create your affiliate link within Amazon, you have 2 different formats. You have Amazon's short link and you have Amazon full link. I use the short link for one link, and guess what? It doesn't work. It doesn't redirect the person to a proper marketplace. Yeah,
we saw that early on as well. It was something they said worked in our testing early on. It was not working as well. That being said, I'm proud to say that the AMZN.to links are something that we do support as well. So yeah. It's
and I find that incredible. I fired up the VPN here, so I tried like from Germany, from all these other countries, clicking on my links, and all of them took me back to .com, Amazon.com, and not the respective marketplace. And when I looked it up on Amazon's, FAQ page or whatever support pages, they said like it's, to me it's clear that Amazon only supports Amazon links, meaning full link and short link, because it's Amazon's link. Even the short link, it comes directly from Amazon. Yet it doesn't. So that was like that kind of really got me. I'm like, how does your own link does not work? That just doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Well, to be perfectly fair, those AMZN.to links are actually Bitly links that Amazon uses Bitly as the URL shortener on those. I think that extra step, that extra complication causes some issues on their side. We've been fortunate to have figured out how to resolve those links on our back end and et cetera. But yeah, it's like you said, the more steps in the process, the more complicated it can be.
Yeah, but see, like once again, it's not even my problem. Okay, it doesn't work. That's fine. But make it clear in your documentation that your affiliates need to use the full link and not the short Amazon link. That's my issue here. I guess the wording, the way they explain it, they say only Amazon links work. And to me, the short Amazon link is still an Amazon link. It's not, right? They don't make it really explicit and clear that you can only use the full link. Maybe they're gonna fix it in the future. I hope they will, but still, that's another thing that if I didn't check that, then I would once again lose out on commissions because that link wouldn't work. And I would think that it does. That's why it's important to test everything. Anyway, so that's the end of my rant about one link and why I'm not very happy about it. It's a good product. It works, but it has a lot of flaws, and Amazon still has a lot of work to do on it.
Yeah, exactly. And it's great that Amazon's making the noise to get people to start paying attention to that. But as you just said, we're excited about Amazon doing exactly that. The more people that know this is a problem, the more that they're going to find that they need a better, more all-encompassing solution. We've been working on this again. We started in 2009, working on GeoRiot. So we've got lots of years of really trying to dial this in and build a solution that matches. Amazon's one link isn't even a year old yet.
Yeah, exactly. All right, Jesse. So the next topic I would like to cover, and this is something that you did a very extensive blog post on very recently, and somehow that blog post appeared, I think, on my Facebook feed.
Good.
I'm not sure. I think somebody shared it, and I saw it. Anyway, so it's a very very recent blog post that you wrote about using your service and the whole affiliate rules of Amazon. And I want to make it clear here because once again, a lot of people might have heard something, but they don't know what it means. So we have FTC, first of all, that requires affiliates to disclose they are using an affiliate link, right? Mm-hmm. Basically meaning that if I use an affiliate link, my readers or my listeners or my YouTube viewers, they have to be aware that I will receive a commission if somebody makes a purchase through that link. That's fair. That's been going on for many years. A lot of people try to abide by that. Not every affiliate does it, but many people try it. At least the ones that know that it's actually a requirement. Another issue that we have here is Amazon itself. In their affiliate rules or whatever, their associate terms and conditions, they mentioned that we as affiliates are not allowed to hide the fact that people will be redirected to Amazon in any way, right? And basically what that means that when I post a link directly to Amazon, it says Amazon in it. If I use a short link, it also looks like Amazon. And I think a lot of people are familiar with Amazon short link. So, they know they're going to get to Amazon. Now, if we use Genius or any other shortener or similar service, basically the link is genie.us with other stuff at the end. So it's not obvious that we are directing people to Amazon. Does that break Amazon's affiliate rules?
So in itself, you have to, you exactly. In itself, it does. But we are trying to be very, very explicit and really kind of get ahead of the game and make sure that our clients are, staying ahead in regards to that. So there's a couple different ways to do that. One is that if you use our JavaScript or our WordPress plugin, we actually have a option so that it'll continue to show Amazon.com or amzn.to or whatever it may be link until you click on it. And that's one way to ensure that you stay in compliance in regards to their link cloaking issue. The other, which is what you would probably do with social media, is just to mention, buy on Amazon or, Amazon, whatever it may be, in or near the link. And that's really kind of the best practice and something we'd encourage more and more people to do is just go overboard, right? It's better to ensure that everyone knows exactly what's going on than to try to hide it and be scared of it. Really embrace that you're an affiliate. Embrace that you're using the associates program. You're absolutely right that using any link shortener and just leaving that shortened link somewhere without giving any clarification where it goes is a violation of Amazon's operating agreement. But that's something we're trying to educate people towards being more compliant.
Yeah. And see, I'm asking you, Jesse, to clear that up because I'm sure that a lot of people are not, that use your service. They're not trying to hide the fact that it's an Amazon link. Like they're not trying to hide anything. They're just using it for the convenience and for the extra commissions they will earn in the end. So, it's not like they're not hiding that it's Amazon. They're not ashamed of it. But yeah, so that was a good tip that you mentioned. And this is very simple. And I've seen a few people once again using your link doing that on YouTube. When they link to different products from their YouTube description, they will write something like, you can find the gear that I use in this video on Amazon. And then they have a whole bunch of Genius links, right? But it clearly states that they will go to Amazon by clicking those links.
Exactly. So just as a quick aside, there was an article that came out. I just pulled it up in late March this year. It says 90% of affiliate ads on YouTube and Pinterest aren't disclosed. So 90% of the links out there on YouTube and Pinterest that are affiliate links aren't being disclosed. So this is definitely a problem that is impacting the whole affiliate industry, especially on YouTube and Pinterest. I'm glad you're bringing it up and glad you're helping educate your audience about it. Yeah.
And you see, once again, to be honest with you, a lot of these people, let's call them creators and influencers, right? That jumped into Amazon Associates program. They aren't marketers. They are not affiliate marketers. They just heard that this is a way to earn extra money or an extra way to monetize their content. So, these people too, they're not trying to hide the fact that it's an Amazon link. They're not trying to hide the fact that it's an affiliate link. They just don't know that they need to disclose the affiliation. They don't know that they need to disclose the fact that it is an Amazon link. So it's that lack of knowledge and lack of education, I guess, from Amazon itself, or, whatever whatever affiliate platform they're using. A lot of platforms, some of the smaller platforms that I have experience with, they make it very clear. And like every month they send me an email, make sure that all of your affiliate links directed to our website are disclosed properly, because if not, we will terminate your account, right? They make it like really, really clear and obvious that I need to disclose that.
Yeah, that's great. And it seems that Amazon in the last year or so has really stepped up their compliance, and more and more people are kind of getting these notices that they need to step up their compliance game as well. So I think in general, it's great to hear that the industry is doing a better job of policing itself. Yeah,
that's also some people do get scared of disclosing that. And I always give an example to people that when I started using affiliate disclaimers, especially on my website, when I started, putting a disclaimer at the very top of the page saying that most of the links on this page are affiliate links, I will earn a commission. When I started doing that, I actually increased my conversions on those pages.
That's awesome.
Because,
I love that.
Yeah, people. Well, I guess I'm kind of trying to build a brand so people trust me and they know who I am and kind of listen to my advice, and they know that I'm not going to suggest them something just because I make money out of it.
Exactly. It goes back to this whole Pat Flynn model, right? I think we talked a bit about that in our last conversation.
Yeah, that works wonders, and I honestly think for a lot of these creators, these online influencers and vloggers, if they disclose it, I also feel that more of their fans will actually support them by buying directly through their links instead of going to Amazon.com and, bypassing all the affiliate links, because they would want to support their creator. So why not?
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Okay, Jesse. So I think we're coming to the end of this episode.
Awesome. We've jam packed a lot of good information there, I hope.
Yeah, I think I'm going to refer a lot of people to this very episode, because it's there isn't that much updated information on how all of this works, and I'm hoping to steer a lot of people towards Genius because of everything that we've covered today. Well,
thank you. No, it means so much to us that we have someone that's been with us for years and has actually tried out the competition as well. I can sit here and say things left and right, but hearing your experiences, I think is really what's most important. You're unbiased, and you have the truth to share with your audience. As you said, you have a brand to maintain, so you're only going to share the truth. So I really appreciate you going out on a limb and trying out a competition and being willing to share that. That means a ton to me.
Yeah, thanks, Jesse. And see, I don't really have a choice. It's that's happening in my industry that I'm active in, so I have to try it, and I have to make sure that I'm still recommending the better solution to users. Right? I can't just ignore one link and keep recommending you simply because I like your service, right? I have to try the other one, and I have to make my decision what's better. Who knows? Maybe in a year, I'll be telling people, what? One link is better. Let's hope not.
Exactly. Well, we'll be the first to admit it. We regularly check on how good their translation is. Every few months, we run a series of tests to check in. Our business depends on that. So we'll be the first to admit that one link is kicking our butt. And at that point, we'll hopefully have a plan to make sure that we're adding value for our clients, whether through one link or something else. So I completely understand.
That makes sense. And I think this competition is forcing you to think smarter, to think bigger, and to, find ways to improve your model and become better than everyone else in the industry.
Yeah, that's the goal. I think you'll have seen it. The last few months between the new tools, the new pricing rollout, the new website update. We've had a fire under our butt.
That's awesome to hear. All right, Jesse. So before you go, once again, I'm going to ask you the same question that I asked you at the end of the last time you were here on the podcast. What would be your biggest advice to beginner entrepreneurs or someone who is just thinking about starting a business of any kind? What is that one most important thing that they should pay attention to?
So I still think my answer from last time about time be on your side is probably the most important, but that would be a cop out if I went that way. So to kind of tie it all together, I think something that maybe not the most important, but close, is to not get too carried away in seeing what your competition does. So it's good to be cognizant of what your competition is, but it can distract you and it can paralyze you. So it's really important to be aware, but don't let it don't let it get in the way. If you're always chasing the competition, you're always going to be second. So know what's going on, be cognizant of the industry as a whole, but make sure that you're continuing to be a thought leader, that you're pushing, that you're doing something unique, that you're adding value that other people don't. So be cognizant, but don't be crippled by your competition.
Great advice, Jesse. Thank you. And before you go, for people that want to learn more about you, about your company, about Genius, where should they go?
Yeah, so we exist at www.geni.us. That spells genius with the .us. It's probably the best place to learn more about us. We've also been fortunate to have built out a marketing team since we talked last. So our social media presence has increased significantly. So you can learn more about who we are and what we do. Instagram in particular has been a really fun one. We've been doing different profiles of the team members there. So that would be a good place to see kind of an insider look at what actually happens at Genius Link.
Yeah, that's awesome. And in the past year or so, I started wasting a lot of time on Instagram. So I'll make sure to check it out because it's becoming one of my favorite platforms.
Awesome. Same here.
Yeah. All right, Jesse. Well, thank you so much for coming back on the show. Thank you for sharing your experiences, all that valuable information. Thank you for helping listeners become better educated and, more profitable affiliates.
Absolutely. It's my real sincere pleasure to do exactly that.
Thank you so much for tuning in to this week's episode of the Extra Paycheck Podcast. As always, head over to extrapodcast.com/164. This is where I'll be putting up show notes page for today's episode. Also, head over to extrapodcast.com/YouTube in order to subscribe to Extra Paycheck's YouTube channel, as well as extrapodcast.com/Spotify in order to follow the show on Spotify. Once again, thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll talk to you next Monday.